Hello everyone, welcome back to another card opening here on Simon's Card Hoard. My name is Simon and today we are going to be opening a box of Shadowverse Evolve, Advent of Genesis, the first set for Shadowverse Evolve in English. Don't ask me, well, you don't need to ask me how expensive that box is. I think it's currently way too expensive because the game is pretty much out of stock almost everywhere. So of course they demand a rather expensive price for a box which only contains 16 boosters. But I was looking forward to it and I decided to splurge a little bit. So let's see what surprises await us. So we start off with a box topper. We get a Phantom Howl promo rarity, like the foiling effect. So let's put that aside and dig right into the boosters. So rarity wise, actually, we will have bronze, silver and gold, as well as legendary, super legendary and ultimate. Of course we want the ultimate cards, so let's see what we can get. Also, for those who played Shadowverse on the PC or with the mobile version, you will find all of those cards will look quite familiar. And we have a Righteous Devil for our first gold rare. Of course, they changed some effects, so even if the cards might look familiar, they might not necessarily be the same. And we have a leader in our first pack, Erika. As you can see, it's a thick card. So the card with the white backs are basically either for the Evolve deck or so the Evolve points, or like here, a leader. So let's leave that one up and put that aside. On to the next pack we go. Let's see. I don't like the thing on the side, so let's see if we can open them this way. Yeah, that works. Wonderful. And we start off with a Ninja Trainee, an Onslaught, Alchemist's Workshop, Dragon Bond Mage, Shenlong. We have an Ancient Alchemist for our gold, and then a Shapeshifting Mage for a second gold. And then we have a token here, the Guard Form token. On to the next pack we go. We have Dragon's Breath, which was a Dragoncraft staple. Rabbit Necromancer. Actually, if I recall correctly, it was a 3/2, so they buffed her up. Snake Princess. We have Cerberus for our legendary. Good Shadowcraft card. So for those who don't know, in this game Shadowcraft and Bloodcraft have been combined. I don't remember the name of the combined craft, but yeah, this is Cerberus. Dark Summoner, Phemesis Decree, Havencraft staple, and we have Merlin for a second legendary. But the evolved version, of course, not the regular one. So let's move on to the next pack. Where we start off with a lightning shooter, a fire lizard, a skeleton fighter, and we have the rose queen. That was, well, if I recall correctly, so I only played during the first 3 sets, as well as I took it up again when they introduced Robocraft, is what I call it. Portalcraft, of course. And if I remember, that was never a thing, the Rose Queen deck, except for some niche application, because the regular Rhinoceros OTK was just way better. A shapeshifting mage and an ancient alchemist in the evolved form, and magic sediment for our token. On to the next pack, and I keep using a side thing when I think this works actually way better. We have Razor Reclaw, also staple in Bloodcraft. Now it's the combined craft. We have Guardian Sun, Healing Angel, Soul Conversion. We have Holy Sentinel, a Dimension Shift. Not my favorite deck to play against. Goliath and Ghost Token. I liked playing Daria more. I can't really explain why, just was more fun. But it was a very stupid, straightforward tempo deck. So, on we go. We have a Fairy Cycle, Navy Lieutenant, Wind Blast. Actually, they also changed Spell Boost. Basically, it checks how many spells are in your, well, is it called Graveyard here? But yeah, you get the gist. Trail of Light, Lizardman. We have the Silver Bolt. I remember that one. We have a Spectral Wizard and a Fairy Wisp token. On to the next pack. Where we start off with an Ace Dragoon, an Embling Wraith, Cruel Priestess, Elven Princess Mage. We have Blessed Fairy Dancer and Bellringer Angel, which, yeah, pretty iconic card, I guess. An Ivory Dragon and Otohime's Bodyguard token. Moving on. We start off with a Novice Trooper, also pretty iconic. He used to be 2/2. A Sorcery Cache, a Mist Dragon, a Flame Destroyer, a Dragonute Scholar. We have Mordecai the Duelist, and we have a Righteous Devil in the evolved form, and a Mimi token to go along with our Cerberus. So, next pack. Let's see what we get. A Spectre and a Sister Initiate, a Goblin, a Wind God in Shiny. Which rarity was that again? So I know it's the gold, but it's probably a shiny gold. I will look it up later and probably sleeve it. We have the Crazed Executioner with Shadowed Assassin. The Elven Princess Mage in the evolved form, and a Holy Tiger token. Good old days of the Havencraft Amulet. That was also a pretty annoying deck, with the bird which pops the amulet and shoots you some damage as well. And then they get another bird out of the amulet and the tiger. So yeah. Anyways, next pack, the Crafty Warlock, Ivory Dragon, Dragon Emissary, Dark Offering, we have the Execution, the Arc Priestess Lelia, Wardrobe Raider in the evolved form, and a Thorn Burst for our, let's call it thick card for now, because that's what the tokens are. So, next pack, we start with an Undead King, Hollowed Dogma, we have the Shenlong in our foil treatment, the Temple Defender, Harvest Festival, Path to Purgatory. That's also a very iconic card. Lots of fun with the Forest Craft Fairy generation. And other crafts used it as well. We have the evolved form of the Archer, very pretty. And the Holy Falcon, which is a 2/2 in this game, not a 2/1. Next pack. We start off with an Angelic Sword Maiden, which didn't see a lot of play but definitely existed. We have the Mana Elk, a Veteran Lancer, which has 1 more defense. We have the Arthurian Light, Price of Magic, the Royal Banner, oh yeah, Banner Swordscraft, that was also a fun deck, the Crazed Executioner in evolved form, and a Viking token. On to the next pack we go, where we start off with a Death Sentence, an Angelic Snipe, which is dealing 2 damage here, but only to an enemy follower, a Woodkin Curse, we have Dark Dragoon Forte, Dragoncraft All-Star, so we're definitely gonna sleeve that. And we continue with a Gemstaff Commander, a Sacred Plea, and the Fervent Soldier in evolved form, as well as a Strike Form Golem token. 3 packs left to go. Let's see what we get. An Angelic Barrage, which was very required during the Forest Craft, let's call it meta. Basically every deck played it, even if it was bad against the other crafts, because Forest Craft was just so prevalent. And all the fairies and relevant cards had like 1 health. Then we have the Elf Metallurgist, Woodland Refuge, Prism Priestess, Goblin Bound Demon, a bit different. We have Ayela, the Dragon Knight, which, yeah, still does the same. We have the Healing Angel in the evolved form and a Steelclad Knight token. So, second to last pack. Give us maybe another leader. Would not complain. But instead we have the Forged Weaponry, the Fiery Embrace, Dread Dragon, with Lucifer. That's, well, it's good to have him, but of course you also need the evolved form kinda, where he probably, like in the game, deals 4 damage instead of healing yourself. We have a Maid Leader, Gilgamesh, and we evolved Mainju, and a Fairy token. And last pack. So, another leader maybe, but we must not get too greedy. We start off with a Spartoy Sergeant, also having 1 more defense here. The Mainju, where do I see VJ? I don't know. We have the Unevolved Archer, Elf Child May. Really annoying Forestcraft card to play against, of course. If you play it yourself, it's very fun. We have the Sage Commander, Homecoming, We have Shenlong in the evolved form and a forest bat. So this has been another card opening here on the channel. If you liked what you saw, please consider leaving a like and subscribing, and I will be seeing you at the next one.